What's up, Gene?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good. Hey, before we get started, question. When someone says, like, what's up?
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? Like, what do you take that as?
What's been going on? How are things going?
Okay. And so you kind of expect a response.
Some kind of response. Could be nothing much. Generally, it's not a platitude, but kind of could just be one of those throwaway statements that people may say, oh, I've been going through this, or they may go, nothing.
So if you said what's up to someone and then they kind of responded, but maybe not in the way that you expected, but they kind of responded, and then would you then respond back, or you just let it die?
I don't know. It depends on the response.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you saying that? Well,
I mean, last week, last week, somebody sent a message and they said, what's up? And I don't know. I said something like, I'm working.
That's right. I remember
you wouldn't
that.
know anything about that.
That's
and
right.
Then, and I'm like, what's going on?
I was already shut off for the day.
And then Gene just disappeared, and I'm waiting. I'm like,
I shut off for the day.
You said, what's up? And so I'm waiting. Like, hey, I'm working. What's going on? I'm waiting. Nothing. Silence.
I think I cut out early that day for some reason. I can't remember why.
This is like 1 in the afternoon.
I know. I think I cut out early that day for some reason. I can't remember why.
It wasn't. It was later.
Is that what it was?
It was late. I was just making it sound
okay.
more. It was probably like 4 or 5 o'clock. But it was just
even
fun.
4 o'clock. I still cut out. That's early. Yeah.
It was just funny because I responded and then you disappeared. I'm like,
oh, that's right. Because later on you said, "All right, I'm shut down for the night. I'm out."
I know. I'm like, I'm waiting around. Like, what's going on? Oh my gosh.
Well, because that was on Teams. That's why.
It was.
If it was on text, it'd be different. But it's on Teams. Yeah, I remember that. That's funny. I wonder why you asked that question, and they just started asking. I look at your face. I'm like, okay, yeah, there was something. There's some story there. So what have you been up to, man?
Well,
what's up? You gonna leave now and not respond?
I haven't done I haven't done really anything truly car related, but some tangential stuff I'll tell you about.
Okay.
So, in one of the car groups I'm a member of, a guy had posted, "Hey, does anybody have a trailer? A trailer I can borrow? He needs to move a car from point A to point B." Okay. And someone said, "Hey, you can, go rent a U-Haul trailer." And he's like, it's not big enough. And it's sitting on, how they put a frame of a vehicle on those super lightweight little things that you roll. He's like, it'd be easier if I had like a flatbed, like a true flatbed. I could just roll this thing on. And so I'm kind of monitoring it. Now, I don't know this guy at all. And so I don't mind helping people out. Like, I love to, if you need to borrow something, I'm happy to do that. But I got to know you. Like, there's just too many people scamming and doing whatever. So I'm monitoring, and he's coming up to, like, last weekend is when he needed the vehicle or needed the trailer. And no one had responded that he had it yet. And so I'm like, oh. So I messaged him. I'm like, hey, did you get any responses? He's like, no. I'm like, well, I have a trailer, but I don't know. The problem is I don't know who you are. And
you said that to him?
I said that to him.
Nice.
And
to appreciate the boldness of it.
Well, yeah, I'm super transparent about it. And
I know.
So he's like, well, I'm so and so. I live here, I live in, right down the road. I'm like, okay. Give me your address. And so he gave me his address. And so I looked him up through the assessor, and his name doesn't match. So then I'm like, okay. And so I didn't respond back. This might have been like on a Wednesday. He wanted it on a Saturday, Friday night, pick it up Friday night or Saturday morning. He's going to use it on Saturday. So this might have been like on a Wednesday. So I looked him up, and I didn't see the names didn't match. So I'm like, and I'm busy working, so I didn't do anything. Thursday, he messaged me, hey, are you going to let me borrow it? Which is kind of weird because it's not like...
That's kind of bold.
Yeah, he's not like... it was like a little, I don't know... forward for someone that's wanting to borrow it, and I'm trying to vet you out, and then you're like, hey, you going to give this to me? So I'm like...
that's a little entitled.
Hey, your name doesn't match. And he's like, oh, I'm renting. And I'm like, okay. I mean, this sounds like one of those, right? There's always an answer. He's like, well, I'm renting. And I'm like, okay, I don't really have a way to validate. And he's like, I'll give you a copy of my lease. So he sent me a copy of his lease. And I'm like, you could fake it, right? You can just get it. You can print off a lease paper, fill in your name. And he's like, I'll send you my utility bill. We just turned on the utilities. So I'm like, so he sent that. And it was right after 5, so I couldn't call the city to validate, if his name matches that address. Yeah. So I'm like, So I go, I go Googling, trying to search to find this guy. Not a whole lot of information out there. So I'm like, hey, are you a member of this car club? And he said, yeah. So I reached out to the owner of the car club that I know. I'm like, hey, is so-and-so.
This is the one that we deal with all the time?
No, a different club.
A different one? Okay.
And he came back and said, no, he's not a paid member. So you can be, and he said, hey, a lot of people think they're members of the club because they're on the Facebook group, but they're not paid members of the club, right? Like the B Club,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I messaged this guy back. This must have been on Friday. And I'm like, hey, you said you're a member of the club, but I checked with so-and-so, and he said you're not a member. You're not a paid member. And he's like, oh, I didn't realize there's a difference. Yeah, I'm just a member of the Facebook group. So I'm like, oh, man. So I'm like really torn because I'm like, I want to help this guy out, but like, I don't know.
You want to get your trailer back?
Yeah, I want to lose. That's an expensive trailer.
Not the enclosed one, the other one,
the flatbed.
Right?
It's a tilt bed. So I actually looked it up. And I'm like, if I had to replace this, it got stolen. It cost me $10K. Yeah. So I'm like, I want to be super duper careful. So I messaged. I'm like, hey, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I'm struggling here. I can't validate who you say you are. I want to help you out, but I just don't know what I'm going to do right now. So this was on Friday, and he wanted to pick it up Friday night, and I'm like, nope, I just don't feel comfortable. So I get up Saturday, and man, I really tossed and turned, and which is weird. I don't know why I struggle so much, and I'm like, you know what? I want to drive over there. I'll take the trailer, and if it's legit, this guy, he lives there, then I'll let him borrow the trailer.
Okay.
So hook it up, drive over there. It's in a neighborhood, down the road. It's probably about 15 minutes from here. Okay. So I drive there, and it's in a neighborhood, and I go down the street, and there's a bunch of people parked on the street, the neighborhood where, the houses aren't set back very far. So if you have more than like 2 vehicles, then you
get on the side.
Right?
Yeah.
So super crowded. So I've got my big truck in the trailer, I'm kind of weaving down the road, and then I'm literally parked in the center of the road because I can't park on either side. And I see the address of the house. So I go knock on the door, wait, knock again. Finally, this little kid comes in. She's probably 6, 7 years old. She answers the door. Hello? I'm like, hey, is so-and-so here? And she's like, I don't know. And then I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't legit. You don't know? And I'm like, well, I thought he said he lived here. And she said, well, is the gray car out front, something like that? And I looked, I'm like, yeah. And she said, oh, well, then he's probably still in bed. I'm like, can you go get him? And she's like, well, maybe. And I said, well, he wants to borrow a trailer, so can you go get him up if he wants to get the trailer? She said, okay. She closed the door, and so I'm just standing there, and I'm waiting. Like 5 minutes goes by, not hearing anything. So I'm like, what the heck, man? What is going on? So across the street, there's this older guy. He turns out 76 years old, and he's shoveling 5/8 minus that gravel that's like out there.
Okay, yeah.
It's it's crushed gravel with some binder material. He's shoveling this out of the back of a little trailer, putting it into a wheelbarrow, and then I see him wheelbarrowing it into the back. And so I made a comment like, hey, you got your hands full today or something. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm moving like, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 yards by wheelbarrow. That's like,
ooh, that's a lot.
Dude, that's like, I don't know, 100 wheelbarrows. That's a lot of wheelbarrowing, right? Especially as, older guy. So I'm waiting. And I'm like, it's been 10 minutes now. nobody comes out. So I just go over there and start talking to the old guy. And so we start talking, and he's like, "Oh, are you the new renters?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, so renting." I'm like, "No, the guy who wants to borrow a car." And he's like, "Oh, I saw, I think I saw the wife leave earlier this morning." I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right." So I ask him what he's doing, and he's like, "Oh, I'm ripping my grass out, and I'm putting sod down. I'm sorry, artificial grass down. I've got to put the base material and that stuff." I'm like, "You want me to give you a hand?" Because I can't stand around and watch somebody do work. Like, I'm able-bodied, I want to help.
Yep.
He's like, no, you're fine. I'm like, okay. So he loads up one thing. He was done filling up one wheelbarrow. So he kind of wheels in the back, and he's like, kind of tipsy-turt, trying to keep that thing balanced. And he goes in the back, and I walk back there with him, and he shows me where he's putting the rock, and he'd already pulled up all the grass. He had a mound of grass that he had pulled up by hand with a shovel, and it's probably 7 to 8 feet tall and maybe 4 or 5 feet, probably 5 feet wide. Oh my
gosh!
Massive. So he had to take that out of his yard the next day on Sunday. So anyway, I come back and I'm like, "What the heck, this guy?" So I messaged him, "Hey, what's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, I left this morning to run some errands. I'm only 15 minutes out." So I'm like, "Okay." So I'm sitting there with this guy. I forgot his name already. Let's call him Joe. I'm like, "Joe, I'm waiting on this guy to come back. I can't sit here. Can I help you?" And he's like, it's like one of those things, like if you push him hard enough, he's like, "Oh, okay, finally."
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yeah, okay." So I end up shoveling the rest of the gravel while I'm waiting. So I shovel all the gravel, and then this guy shows up, and we start talking, and he's legit. Completely legit. So I'm like, "All right, I'll let you borrow the trailer." And I'd already unhooked. Actually, while he was gone, I had backed it up and unhooked it and left it in the driveway. Because after the guy told me about the renters, I'm like, "Okay, this is probably good."
Legit, yeah.
And if he comes back and it's not legit, then I'll just hook it up and leave. So I finished loading up all the rock for this guy, and then this guy comes home, and he's got what's the class of truck? It's not a half. What's below a half ton? Like a Toyota, like Tacoma.
Yeah,
they're not
like the quarter tons.
Yeah,
it's smaller.
Is it a quarter ton? Is that what they call them? Whatever.
Yeah,
step down, and so he's got this smaller truck. Now, probably the weight of that trailer alone, because that's a tilt bed steel trailer, is probably close to max of the towing capacity of that little truck that he had. But he was only going to be putting on a frame of a car. So I'm like, okay, it's probably fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's got one of those multi hitches that's got you rotate it.
Yep.
Different balls. He couldn't find the key to unlock it, and he only had the 2-inch ball facing up, not the 2 5/16. So I said, "You can't use you got to use a 2 5/16.
Right. It'll pop right off.
It'll pop up."
Yeah.
He's like, I moved in, and you could see all the boxes. So I'm like, okay. So he's like, "I have to find the key." So I'm like, "All right, tell you what, you just whenever you get done, you just bring it back." Okay. So then he brings the car back. He brings the trailer back probably about 8:45 that evening, almost
Here?
9 o'clock here.
Yeah. Okay.
So he brought the trailer back, and then we talked about the Nismo and the other cars, and we probably talked for half an hour. Really cool guy.
Did he find the key?
He found the key.
Okay.
And
I thought we were going with that story was he came back, it was on the 2-inch ball joint.
no, it was on the 5/16.
And he figured out how to make it work.
Yeah, he tied it down with a bunch of
some chain.
So he was a super nice guy. But man, that was just so many signs pointed to don't do it. But I don't know. I felt really compelled that I need to help this guy out. And so
that's cool.
He couldn't have got the stuff done that he needed to. So I'm glad I was able to help the guy out. And then that same day, after I dropped the trailer off, I had coordinated. I don't know if you noticed when you pulled in, I widened the driveway. You probably didn't even notice it.
No, I didn't notice it.
So I wanted to get some culvert to extend the driveway out. One, because I'm going to put some to beautify the front area up a bit, so I need to widen it. Plus, when I'm towing the big trailer and I take these big sweeping turns, I'm getting close to the edge. And like, I don't want to tilt. So I found a guy on Marketplace that had some culvert. He wanted a super cheap price, like really half price. But it was all the way up in your neck of the woods in Maple Valley.
Oh, okay.
And so I messaged, he posted it, and then I got a notice right away. And I'm like, hey, I'm interested. And he's like, will you take this? I'll offer him a little bit less for it. And he's like, yeah, I'll take it. I'm like, okay, can we do it today, which was Friday? And he said, no, it's too late. Can we do it Saturday? So I'm like, all right. After I dropped the trailer off, I drove up to meet this guy. And
you loaded everything in your the new truck?
In the new truck.
Yeah.
And this guy, when you deal with people on Facebook Marketplace, you just don't know who you're going to run into, right? If they're legit, scam, like you just never know. So this guy, he's also kind of being super shady, like really shady. And so I show up in Maple Valley to meet this guy. And so I go online, I'm looking this, trying to find this guy, trying to look, is he legit? What's going on? And it looks like this guy is like a contractor, and he had pipe left over because he showed a picture of his job site, and then this is the same pipe that was at his job site. So he probably charged the customer full price. He had left over, and then he sold it to me for cheap price. That's why I got it. So I'm like, all right, which is fine. I mean, whatever. So I go up there, and the guy shows up, and he's got it strapped in the back of his truck. And I go over, I'm like, yep, this looks good. And I was going to unload it, take it to my truck, because he didn't park beside me. Like, I bought a 10-foot section of pipe, really long. So you would think you'd just pull up right beside the truck. He parked away, so I had to walk over to him. And then I'm like, okay, well, let me get this. And he didn't want to unhook it for me until I paid him. And I'm like, where am I going to go with a 10-foot piece of culvert? Like, I'm not going to run away with it.
Please, he's walking away very, very slowly. I can't catch him.
So I'm like, okay, fine. So I went back, got the money, and then walked back over and paid it, and he counted it, which is fine. I have no problem with that. And then he unhooked it, and then he's like, do you need help with it? I'm like, no, I'm good. And so I just grabbed it, and then he just took off, like super fast. It was like really awkward, like really, really awkward.
It's thick plastic? Is that what it is? Thick corrugated plastic?
It's double walled, so you can drive. So the inside is super smooth, so that water doesn't get held up in the ridges, and then the outside is ridged to give it stability. And then you just you bury it, put 5/8 minus around it, give it rigidity, and then you bury it. So that's what I did. So that's the closest thing that I think that's the closest thing I've done to anything
car related.
Anything car related. I really haven't done.
We met that guy a couple weeks ago. That one Sunday.
What
we drove out to Mukilteo.
What Mukilteo?
Remember we drove out to Mukilteo, Everett area at 7 a.m. in the morning. You came to my house and picked me up.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, we met. What's his name?
Oh,
whatever his name was. Whoever your name was, we appreciate you though.
Gosh, I forgot.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
I don't know. I didn't know. You sold him. That was cool, though. We met a guy, we delivered him the...
Yeah, so I'll tell that. I totally spaced on that one. So another Facebook Marketplace, I bought 2 bridge jacks for my lift, and they didn't fit as low profile as I wanted, so I listed them to sell. And the first one sold right away, pretty quick. And then the second one had been sitting on there for, 2 months or something. And then this guy reached out, wanted to get it. So I'm like, okay, where are you? He's located up north, Everett, Mukilteo area. And so he was going to come get it. And then shortly thereafter, he's like, no, don't worry. I'm just going to buy it. I'm going to buy a brand. Mine's brand new. It's never been used. Never even had oil put in it. But he's going to get it because the manufacturer is close to him. Like 2 weeks go by, and then he out of nowhere he pops up and said, "Hey, do you still have it for sale?" I'm like, "Yep."
Wait, hold on. The manufacturer's local?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's up in Arlington.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, Olympic equipment.
Oh, okay.
Super
it's a nice
solid.
piece.
It's super nice. I mean,
really
it weighs
nice.
1,000 pounds. The only problem is that it doesn't sit low enough on the 4-post lift, so I have to put something to raise up the vehicle, like some plywood or which I could do, but I don't have to deal with having to drive up on a piece of plywood. So then I got the scissor lift, right? So this guy said, hey, can you bring it up to me? And I'm like, oh, gosh. Okay. Like, I'm not going to drive all the way that far. So I'm like, if you want to pay me a down payment in, in something that's non-refundable, then we would do that. So he's like, okay. So he paid me. And then I picked, Gene was kind enough to ride with me, just to be good to have someone else there with you because you don't know what you're running into. So we drove up there.
Plus, the thing was heavy, and you need something for HOV lane.
Man, I needed Gene for the HOV.
That's
and definitely the unloading part.
That thing was stupidly heavy.
I mean, 1,000 pounds.
But the way you set it up was just to slide it down.
That was pretty slick.
That worked out really well. The pallet was hurting. That pallet had seen better days.
Well, okay. I've got a whole bunch of pallets that I always keep. Anytime I ship something, I keep the good pallets, and I didn't want to give my good pallet away. Because typically, like when I sell something, then I'll just leave it with the pallet. But the guy didn't want the pallet, so
especially after that thing was sitting on it, cracked it. And
I didn't want to.
That thing was hurting.
So we unload. So we drive up there, and this guy's house. We had to back around the back of that thing, which was
a 90-degree sketchy turn.
90-degree sketchy turn
with a gradient that would probably went down about 5 feet.
At least 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you messed up there, you were going to roll. There's no way around it. That was so I appreciate you being there to help ground guide because that was not good. So anyway, back it around, and he wants it put into his garage. So we slid it down the ramps, put it onto a little dolly, and then rolled it into place. And turns out this guy used to be
he was a Porsche Club instructor.
Yeah, PCA instructor.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. We talked for, a little bit. It was really cool. The guy was super nice. Actually, he messaged me afterwards because remember we were telling him about we were doing tracking and we're talking about the Blackwing and the McLaren. Mm-hmm. So he sent me a message like, hey, could you send me a picture of your McLaren? So I'm like, yeah, okay. So I sent him a picture of McLaren.
That's cool.
He's like, oh, that's really cool. So yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. That was good.
So I guess it's
good to meet new people,
Yeah, super nice guy. I'm glad that we could help him out because he was in a shoulder. He had some kind of surgery or something. And so I don't know how he was.
Titanium shoulder kind of thing. Yeah.
There's no way, even if he bought that locally, there's no way he could have got that.
He wasn't doing that himself.
No, he would have had to pay someone else to deliver. So anyway, it worked out. I was able to get rid of the lift or the jack, free up the space in the garage that had been taking up space. So. Yeah. Those are my stories.
I only have one, and it happened last week. So I've talked about my son. I won't say his name. I talked about my son. Well, actually, I have said his name before, so I might as well. So Timothy, and last week he left work, and because he had a class, he had some homework due for college, and it was due at like 9:00. So he left work at the LA Fitness, and then instead of just going to the nearest Starbucks that was like a mile away, he decided to go drive to Renton Landing area over there by the airport, right?
Oh,
municipal airport. I don't know why. 19-year-old boy doesn't know anything. He's stupid. Okay, then that's the reason why. He's doing homework. He has to submit everything by 9:00. 9:15, we get a call from him, and he's on the phone with my wife, and I'm thinking, why did he call 9:15? That's weird.
At night?
At night.
Okay.
And she's like, wait, what? What happened? And I just looked at him like, speaker. Because I need to know what's going on. He's like, he's telling the guy, give me your insurance card. And he said, Mom, Dad, I got into a car accident and guy T-boned me. Okay, well, first of all, you okay? Yeah. Is the guy okay? Yeah, great. Did you call the cops? Yes. Call the cops. They said they're not coming out to trade insurance information and deal with it on our own.
Man,
I'm floored by that statement, but whatever. So, but the guy wasn't giving him the insurance information. And he was Timothy was getting a little agitated, a little combative about it. I'm not giving you anything until you give me yours. And
did the other guy want Timothy?
No, he wanted Timothy's.
Oh, he did?
Oh, yeah, he wanted Timmy's. So Timmy's like, listen, I've got mine here. You can take a picture of mine, but I want to see yours as well.
Yep.
Let's exchange it at the same time.
Yep.
And the guy's like, no. And I heard him say, no. He's like, no, I'm not going to. But he said, well, you give me yours. Timmy's like, I'm not giving you mine. No, absolutely not. So finally, Timothy was getting really agitated.
Are they where did this happen? Was it in an intersection? Was it a park?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you. And the answer is yes. It is in an intersection. So finally, after this going back and forth, and Timmy's getting a little elevated, and I said, Timothy, leave. Get in the car and leave. He's not going to give it to you. We've heard it. You've got video of him saying he won't give it to you. Leave. Go. So he gets home, and we're talking about it, and we go to call the insurance company that night. Let's start the process. And we couldn't get him on the phone, so we said, screw it, we'll do it tomorrow. So I'm getting ready to call them, and I was thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know, something doesn't seem right. So Timmy, show me on a map where you got in the accident. I want to see it. He goes, oh, I got a picture of it right here, Dad. And then he looks at me, he goes, but I think I may have been at fault. And I said, Are you thinking that now, or do you think that last night? He goes, well, I thought about it more as we all went to bed. I'm like, okay, so you knew it at the time. That's really what it is. So he shows me a picture. And he was there's 3 lanes, and he was taking a left. And he was in the middle lane. And I said, wait, you're taking a left from the middle lane? He's like, yeah, Dad, because the thing over here to the left was a parking lane. There's lots of cars parked along the side. I said, that doesn't mean that was the parking lane. Look at the arrows on the road. Now, I get it's night and Renton is bad lighting and all that stuff. You're not used to the area. Fine. But what looks like what happened was, and I know this is what happened, the guy was trying to turn left, and Timmy cut in front of him, and he hit him.
Yep.
That's what happened. It's Timmy's fault. So as I walked him through it, I said, no, it's your fault. I said that the only saving grace here is that the guy clearly does not have insurance. If he had insurance, he would have given it to you. Yep. Then you guys would have swapped it, and they would have figured out where it was, and you would have been found to blame. Yep. And then if you lodged if they had to pay out, it would have went against us.
Yep.
It's like $1,000 deductible anyways. I can get a door for $500 or less. I think that's a good Dan's house because he's got all the tools. We swap it out one day, and then there's that one area that would have to have somebody pop it out and glass it and paint it. But other than that, and then when you open up the door, the sill here, right?
Yep,
has popped up in a couple of areas, so I'm sure they can heat that up and knock it down. But nothing.
Well, because they probably weren't going super fast to begin with, right there.
But the door seals, it shuts easily, opens easily.
Well.
It just the skin of the door. You might even be able to get away with just replacing the skin.
Will the window go up and down?
Yeah.
It's not even that bad then.
No.
If the window can still go up and down.
It still goes up and down, no problem. So everything works fine. It very well just be the skin. Maybe it's as easy as finding a skin and replacing the skin. But for that, I just do the door. I mean, if you're going to be, no one's going to sell just the skin, they sell the door.
Yeah.
So I just do the door.
Well, you could get a different color door.
No.
Then you could start doing that. You know how like they do the different fender?
Oh, like the Volvo, not the Volvo, the VW.
I wasn't thinking about patch panel VW bug that you're talking about, but I was thinking, you know how like some of the cars will do like a carbon fiber fender. Oh yeah, you could do something different with the door. No, sir. It's a Veloster. It's not a cool car. And I'm sorry for those of you who have Velocers. I'm not trying to insult you. It's actually a nice car. I like that car. Actually, it's a really good car. I like that car. The end would be cool, but he doesn't do a manual. Yeah. Don't say it. Say nothing. I saw the smile on your face. Say no words. Like father. There it was. So, so you had to deal with that. So ultimately, we're not going to do anything at all. We figure we got about 30 days. If the guy does want to lodge a complaint, he's got the license plate. We have his. Cool. The worst case scenario for him is he would get a ticket for driving without insurance. Yep. And then it goes against Timothy anyways. Yep. So there's a reason why he may not be getting his car until January of next year. It's one, it's cheaper to ship it to Florida. Oh. By like $900 cheaper. It's ridiculous. Two, we want to fix the car. And I told him, just so you know, I don't mind doing the labor on the car. I'm not paying for it. Your error, your mistake, you're paying for it. I'll help you project manage it and fix it. And if we can get a door, I won't even charge you PM time for it. Oh wow! I know, man. The sal will be next time. You're buying me lunch. That's the sal. Pull out the sal. I know, right? The PM. No PM time. On it at all. Just dad time with a free lunch, and I'll be good with that. So. That's the only thing car related I've done. I'm still waiting. Oh, here we go. Okay, there goes pizza. So I'll eat pizza. We got to do a job where we can, if we can get the door, I'll bring pizza then. Oh, but that's another pizza.
No, it's not another pizza. I'll bring 2 pizzas.
You owe me pizza from the last time. So we were supposed to go. Okay, so how's he feeling about the whole thing?
Yeah, he's oddly enough, he felt bad for a number of reasons. One, he's finally realizing that what we've said for a while, he's not a good driver. He's overly confident for his skill, and now it's his second accident. First one was in a parking lot. It was a minor one, so whatever. Who cares? But still, when he gets his insurance, he's finally realized, oh crap, I'm not the good driver I think I am, and he's finally even said it. I mean, for a 19-year-old to admit something I've been telling him for 3 years.
Because you put him to the driver's school.
I put him to 2 driver's schools.
2.
And then once he was officially given his license and he had his car, I didn't let him drive the car for 9 months by himself. That's how Liz and I were not. She was ready to let him about 6 months in. I'm like, no, I want 3 more months. We made him go through an additional training after he got his license. Because he was kind of aloof. And he just, so I'm like, it's not safe for you. It's not safe for anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you do it. So he was very annoyed by it, but now he's good. And then the other thing, I told him, I said, listen, man, you never know who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You treat any interaction like that as a, hey, are you okay, Dan? Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, let's talk about how we can move forward together. You treat this as a sales job. You're trying to get what you want, which is their insurance card. You start being aggressive, which you were.
Dude.
You may get punched in the face, stabbed, shot.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to look at this as there's no attitude at all. You may be angry, bottle that up. Put it in a box and lock it down.
Yeah, because you don't know, man. Because
you don't know nowadays. Yep. So he was actually. Then he gets. We explained to him about that, and I got on him about it because I said it. I heard it. I heard the tone. Look, you're fit. You're not a fighter. This guy, I saw a picture of him. He would have ate you up. So most likely. So you can't. You got to then use your brains. You don't have the bronze to back it up.
Yeah, you want to de-escate because you just don't know.
You just don't know. So he actually felt bad about that. Like he was he was wanting to lay on my shoulder and hug me. He felt really bad that night. So
that's good. I mean, hopefully he'll learn from it.
Yeah,
because we don't want him to do like I did when I was his age.
Man, which one's this? Because I know you had a lot of action.
I know. He's at 2. I had 5.
Yeah.
We don't want him to keep going on that journey.
We do not want that journey. No. Now the second podcast in a row, I had a story about Timothy. The other one was not him because he wasn't driving 111. His buddy was. I will one day, I think sometime probably later on this year, be able to update everybody about what that was, what happened. Does he get a felony? No, probably not. But he was 19 or 18 or whatever old he was, the other kid.
Yeah.
But all right, that's my story.
So neither one of us went to. Oh, I wanted to see your picture too.
Which one?
You didn't you get a new picture? Didn't you get glamour shots done?
Oh no, I haven't got my license yet. I'll let you know when I get it done.
So we were supposed to go to a cruise, a drive, and a lunch. 2 weeks, whatever that was.
Last Saturday.
Was it last Saturday?
Yeah, last Saturday, 1 week ago.
Oh yeah, that was the day that I did the trailer stuff, and then that whole afternoon we had for my daughter.
Yeah, the birthday party, right?
So she had her birthday, big birthday, and so I wasn't sure I'd be able to get back in time. There's a chance I could have, but when you're that far north of Seattle, if anything breaks down in Seattle,
you're done.
You're done. There's only 2 ways to go around, really, and the traffic would be terrible. So I bailed out because I did not want to take a chance of being late and missing that here. So I bailed out, and then Gene at the last minute said he couldn't go because he's going to Glamour Shots to get pictures done. So
also known as the DMV, to update my picture from 10 years ago. Yeah, that one.
I mean, he said.
Which, by the way, I don't really look that much different. Imagine that.
I was hoping to see a Glamour Shots with.
Once I get the license, I'll share it with you, see if it's any better. I have the old one though. They put the hole in it. Oh, yeah.
They put it through your eye.
No, the corner of it. All right, so I got some questions here for us today.
Okay.
I don't know, probably 5-6 questions. We'll see how they go. We'll have to ask them all. So they're from a couple different categories. One is called fun and slightly evil. I don't know if that's really evil. I have one here under a category called high performance cars. I have a lot there, but this is the one particular one. And I have some ideas. I think I may start with that one actually.
Okay.
And then we have personal / story driven stuff. So let's do the high performance cars. What car is way too fast for 95% of the people who will buy it?
Dude, like almost all performance cars. They're all too fast for almost all the people that buy them. I mean, that's a true statement.
It is.
Because when you think of any performance car, whether it's a Porsche, a Ferrari, a Lambo, even Aston Martin, any, good grief, a freaking Corvette Z06 ZR1, Mustang GT350, or the Dark Horse, all of these cars, you're talking 200 plus, 200 miles an hour, 600, 7, 8, 9, 1,000 horsepower. All those cars are beyond what anyone needs.
Needs, agreed, but who can, way too fast for 95% of the people that buy it.
They're way too fast. Because when you think about, in my opinion, the people that buy those cars, what do? Cars and coffee, some cruising, that's it. Maybe some rallies, right? But they're not tracking the car. So they're not getting the most out of the performance side of it. So therefore, I would say that majority of the people that buy any of those sports cars is too much.
So I have a different take on that.
Okay.
So for me, if somebody just buys one of those cars and all they do is take it to a coffee and cars, do some light cruising, it never goes above, like, say 80, 85 miles an hour, they never even get into a quarter or a third of the performance of the car. To me, it's not too fast for them because they're driving a fast car really slow. I'm looking at it a little bit differently. I'm looking at it as, think about what is the stereotype of Mustang GT drivers and now Challenger Charger drivers leaving coffee and cars.
Yep.
They wreck them.
Yep.
Right. And think about who buys those, because they're really affordable cars. They're really fast, and they're not track cars like we're used to, but they're still very, very fast straight line cars, and they wreck them because even 420 horsepower is too much for people if they're trying to drive it in a way that they're not trained or skilled to do.
True.
Right. So that's kind of how I see where your take is. It's unneeded expense, unneeded horsepower because it's unused. So I completely get where you're coming from. I'm looking at it from most of the internet memes are Mustang drivers,
Usually
BMW
Mustang
drivers, and Challenger Charger
Mustang
drivers. Right. Mustang is the number one, but you see more Challenger Chargers.
You see more Dodge.
Yep.
For sure.
And then, but then the people who afford like the ZR1, ZR1X, Z06s, they're generally people like you and me who have good careers. We can afford those things, or people who drive Lamborghinis, McLarens, whatnot, really, really good. You would think, and you would hope, they're more mature and better. They have better decision making than to go out and do some stupid stuff. It still happens, but you see less of that. I mean, you still see it. You still see the supercar owner who wrecks his.
Oh, there's plenty.
There's
Look at what Tavares.
Right.
Or Matt
Armstrong. Right, for sure. Yeah, but for me, I look at it as even a Mustang GT is too much for some 19, 20-year-old.
Oh, that's what I mean. Giving a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old a car that they're not, they didn't grow up in karting or a car world, and you give them a car with more than 200 horsepower, I mean, it's ripe for some type of incident to happen.
Well, Timothy, I had him go with his Veloster to the Performance Racing School for a day. Yep. Right? He actually did two different sessions. I had him go twice. And he loved it. I shouldn't have done it because I ended up having to redo the brakes and resurface them, and he boiled the brake fluid. And I'm like, how did you boil the brake fluid on a Veloster at like 65 miles an hour, max velocity? But he did. But he had a great time. He learned a lot about threshold braking and, how to go around a corner correctly in apexing, and then how a windshield is a time machine the top half of the time machine. This is what's going to happen, what could happen down the road, and what's the bottom half is what is about to happen that you can't change. Even though he didn't really, clearly he needs some help. Maybe we need to do a third time.
He needs to go back to the next level.
He does another. Yeah, he needs to go to the advanced class because he's still not good enough. And, the other thing too, you mentioned ZR1s, Corvettes. If you think about those cars too, think about the Z06. Z06, what was it 680 or 90?
670.
670. That's a very affordable car.
It is.
Even for somebody.
$100K now?
Now, I'm looking at them right now, and you can finally start to see them in under 100K, which that's where I want it to be. You get somebody in their mid-20s, not a lot of bills, not a lot of life experience, but they have a little extra cash. That's a car that's very affordable.
Yep.
Look at all the Vs. How many secondary Vs now are out there? Secondhand, third-hand, 500-600 horsepower cars with young people in under 30.
I know.
That's scary if they've never gone through any kind of training to have that kind of car. So, it does get a little scary out there.
It does. I'm glad that there are these performance cars available, right? It's really cool. It's a great time.
Oh, yeah.
You can probably say that in every era. It's a great time to be alive, right?
The 69 Camaro with 350 horsepower. It's a great time to be alive with bi-ply tires.
It's always a great time. And it's cool that manufacturers keep coming up with new stuff. So that's exciting. I just say that, man, it's so over the top with these cars. There's this quote. Let me see if I can find it. This is hilarious. One of our friends sent this to me. We're talking about the the ZR1X, and
which is faster than a Bugatti.
Yeah,
and
1,250
horsepower that some rich guy could buy for his 16-year-old kid, and I'm confident it has probably already happened. That kid will. I don't even want to say the words. Could harm himself or somebody else.
Yeah. So when you talk about these high horsepower, this guy said, so he wants to get one of these cars.
Is that our?
Yes, our buddy.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to see what too much. I can't even say it. I want to see what too much horsepower is, because 1001, his current car, that's not enough power.
Oh,
it's so funny because
brother, really? He said that? That's outstanding.
That's hilarious.
That is so him.
I want to get a car with 1200 because I want to know what
too much is.
What too much is, and
that's outstanding.
But what's funny is that when I was younger,
and he's a highly qualified driver.
Oh yeah,
so he can handle that incredibly well.
Definitely handle that.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that if you think about, man, when I was probably in my 20s, 30s. To get a car like this, like the Z06, when I got that car, I was like, holy flipping cow. Like, this is crazy powerful. And I had to build up to be able to effectively use that on the track. I didn't just go out and start ripping on it.
No.
But so many people that don't build up to it, that's why I'm thinking that most of the cars today, because people don't build up, they just go get it, and then they either don't use it, which is sad, or they do something stupid with it because they don't build up to using it. And they think mostly guys, because they got big egos, right?
Yes, mostly guys, yeah.
And they think, I can just handle it. Like, I'm a dude. Like, I got it.
I got this.
And then until they don't, and then it's total. So,
well, think about this too. Look at the Lexus LC 500, 450 horsepower-ish, V8, naturally aspirated. That's a luxury car. That is an absolute GT cruiser.
It is 100% GT.
But it's fast. It's a little over 4 seconds, 0 to 60. That is a fast car. That could lull you into a sense of false security. Same any of those cars now are over 400 horsepower.
Yeah.
Right? And all of those will do
Is
really
that only
well.
4 seconds?
Yeah. It's not.
Because it's a heavy car.
It's a heavy car. That's why. Look, I've said this on the podcast before. I love that car. I would absolutely, if I had to drive across country, like Gene, pick a car, I'd pick that car. I really would.
Oh, it's
It's beautiful. It's the.
I don't know about beautiful.
Oh man, no. It's very LFA like.
Yeah, it is.
It is really LFA like. I saw one of those in like this dark blue with some Volk or the T7s or whatever. Beautiful looking car.
4.4.
4.4. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad for a heavy car like that.
No, it's not bad, but
Yeah.
it's not like the Z06 or my 750.
Yeah.
Like that is like bam.
Yeah.
Like throw
Well,
you in the
that's
back.
not even like my Blackwing, which is 3.8.
Yeah, yeah.
But still, it's fast.
It's fast, but it's more. The thing is like rear-wheel drive car. This got high horsepower, and whether they've got traction control on or off, when people come out of a turn and then they goose, which is what they always do. It's why they got all these memes. That back end is just going to kick out, and their tendency is to let off the throttle, which upsets it. And it just
makes it keep rotating.
It could either keep rotating, or it's going to do that jerk effect.
Or they oversteer.
They try to compensate
and
by
then
going
the back
the other
end
way.
goes the other way, and now you're tank slapping. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, stay in the throttle, modulate the throttle, stay in the turn.
That's right,
and it will. And then you can get it right.
Yep.
All right. So that was a good one. Okay, let me get into some other ones here. Let's see. What is the fastest way to look like you know nothing about cars?
The fastest way.
So you're having a car. Okay, so set the tone. You're having some coffee with somebody. You're at a corporate event or whatever. And how can you tell somebody knows nothing about cars?
That knows
What's the
nothing
fastest
about.
way?
That they know nothing about cars.
But they're sitting here trying to talk about cars like they know something about cars.
Ooh,
the analogy I use is I've had people say sometimes like about jiu-jitsu, oh yeah, my friend got a double black belt in jiu-jitsu. No, they didn't. I don't say that because I let them have their...
Because Gene's a triple black belt.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No. I'm a double black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. No, your friend is not, but that's fine.
Okay, so car stuff... Man,
that's tricky, isn't it?
That they don't really know. I mean, because a lot of times people they'll talk about the name of the car, right? McLaren 750 or a Lamborghini Revuelto. But if they don't really know, I don't know. That's an interesting question. I mean, you can quickly tell when you start asking questions. And if they don't really know anything other than, like what you can read off of a headline, once you start asking a little more detailed questions about what is the chassis like, how does it turn in, what is the back end?
There you go. Yeah.
When you start asking those questions, but if someone's just talking, like you're not going to, I don't know if I would know unless I start asking them questions.
Yeah, it's a good point, right? So, if they can't tell you or articulate the driving dynamics, the driving characteristics of a car, then are they? But they like, oh, I drive all the time. I'm a really good driver. I go to the track. Oh, okay. Talk about the braking. What kind of brakes does it have? Oh, it's got big ones. I'm just curious as to you can tell by the generic answers they give, and like you and I can talk about steering input and brake feel and pedal feel and acceleration and all kinds of fun stuff.
Okay, so let me flip this though. Let's go back 4 years, 4 years when I was just becoming a car guy, right? I'd transitioned from the motorcycle world over into the car world. I was learning a lot about cars. I would say I was kind of a car guy, but I wasn't a nerd. I like all the stuff that I know now. I didn't know back then, but I don't think I was a poser. I was just, I was at a different level.
You're at a different level, but you built cars before, right? You built the truck, right? So you have some level of experience. Now, not in performance cars, but I would still call you a car guy, and you're a guy who's been competitive racer as well.
So I don't know. I think I'm willing to give people a little more latitude about being a car guy. That could be a girl or a guy. I just use guy just generally.
Yeah.
You could be a car person. If you are enthusiastic about a car, I don't think you need to know. Like I used to have this notion of you need to know all the details, like what's the chassis code, like what type of engine, all these details. But I think if you're enthusiastic about it, you're passionate, you don't have to know all the details and you can still be a car person. I think
because you appreciate the cars and you appreciate the culture, right?
Yeah, you appreciate all that. I think where I would have an issue is that someone wants to be a poser, like they just read something off their phone and then they're trying to fit in, but they really don't care.
Yeah,
I think that's where you would find those people out. But I think anybody can be a car guy or girl as long as they're passionate about cars and wanting to drive. And whether you've got a stock Miata or you've got a Lamborghini Revuelto, I think anybody in between there, you could have a regular golf or a GTI. As long as you're passionate and you're enthusiastic and you want to be in that space, I think you can be a car person.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, this one's going to be interesting. I'm really interested in your response. All right, so setting the stage here, for whatever reason, we have to get rid of one, either manual transmissions, V8s, or
Gene
track
already said
days.
that one because he doesn't know how to do
Whatever. So our overlords now, our alien overlords, have said you have to get rid of one thing: a manual transmission, V8s, or track days. Pick one. What would you get rid of?
Wow.
I know.
Man.
Did I just stump you a little bit?
No, I mean, I'm struggling between...
I think I stumped him.
No. I'm struggling between... Okay, let me give you my thought process.
All right, hit me with it.
Manual. Gene's going to throw this one away because Gene's not...
Oh, my God.
Well, we already know Gene's not a manual guy.
He's never seen me drive a manual.
But there's a reason why. Because Gene doesn't drive manuals.
I don't own manuals. Right? Hey, whatever.
Gene doesn't drive manuals. You had the opportunity, but Gene...
When?
When you bought your car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah, that time.
Yeah, that's how when I bought the car. Yeah, that is true. I did have the opportunity.
So for me, manual, like I'm not one of those purists that everything has to be a manual. Like I know there's people that are like that. I enjoy a manual. I love the connection to the car. You have to be focused. You can't be distracted. You have to be attentive, especially on the track, much more so. But even just regular driving, like, if you're Kirby's, you have to be attentive, and I like that engagement. It would be sad to see manuals go, but on the flip side, like when I'm on the track with the 750 or the Z06, dude, that is so flipping fast.
It shifts so fast.
It is so much faster. I mean, dual clutch is so much better on the track.
Yeah.
So even just driving around the twisties, it's enjoyable to do dual clutch, but I think I enjoy the manual better just cruising around.
Okay.
So I think I'd want to keep the manual.
Uh-oh.
So then you got track days and V8s. V8, good sound. That's really all that it is, because today...
Good sound and great torque.
Yeah.
But you get great torque out of a V6 twin turbo.
V6, I don't even want to say the four-cylinder. But there's four cylinders that are pumping out 600 horsepower, right?
Ridiculous, yeah.
So I think for me, the thing with a V8 is really the sound. Yes, there's torque, but it's the sound. Could I get past not having that sound? It would be tough, but I think. Well, let me come back to it. So track days.
I love watching this train of thought go back and forth.
I know I'm bouncing.
It's like I'm seeing the mental ping pong go back and forth right now.
You have to make a decision. So track days, it would be sad if I couldn't have a track day, because then we get back to what we were talking about earlier, is that you can't fully utilize the vehicle like it was intended. So then the question is, well, do I still want to have those kind of cars? Because if I'm not really able to fully enjoy them like they're meant to be, should I have a car like that? Yes, you can still take it out and, do the twisties and do rallies and cruises. That's all fun. But I do get a lot of enjoyment out of being on the track. So would I rather give up the track stuff or the sound? To me, the V8s really are on the sound. I would say the V8 because I could go get a V10. You didn't tell me that if you had said V8, V10, V12, but you just said V8.
I said V8.
So, yeah, I'd give up the V8 because I could get, a 10 or 12 if I needed to hear some different sound. Now the 6, they don't sound anything like at all.
No.
But the 10 and the 12, they sound pretty good. So
They sound really good.
yeah, I would guess I'd go with the 8.
V8s? Okay.
All right. So what do you say?
So for me, I don't think I could ever get rid of the V8s. And I get your argument, right? You can go to V10s, V12s. But to me, muscle car, there's something about that, having had a few and built a few, I could not get rid of the V8s. I even though I do not drive a manual today, I wouldn't want to get rid of the manuals either. I love the manual. I love driving. I've driven a lot of manuals.
He's seen pictures of them.
I've seen pictures of the manual.
The manual.
It's got the little H pattern. I think that's what you manual people call it. And there is that connectedness to it. And I would like to own a manual at some point down the road again. Not as my daily driver, but
yeah, daily driver sucks.
yeah, and which is why, by the way, one of the reasons I went with the automatic and the Blackwing, because it is a daily driver, and I use it on the track, and it's faster.
Yep.
So, if I had to choose one of the three, I would get rid of the track days, because I would still find it would be maybe 80% of the fun is the twisties, but I love the V8s. I love the sound of them.
But you'll never get the speed.
Never get the speed. I agree with that.
You'll never get the speed.
Yeah, I never get the speed. But if I want to do, what do you call them? Autocross, still not the speed, but you can still get some fun there. You can also do the roll races, so you get the top end speed there. So you can still get that, but it's not the same. But if I had to pick one of the three, I'd probably do the track days.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that. I mean,
and I love track day stuff, but I'm thinking, now, here's the caveat. That's at 53 years old, knowing that, if it was 20 years ago, ooh, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Because now I got 20
your time span left is significantly shorter
I
to
wouldn't
use.
want to get, I'd probably get rid of, if that was the case, I'd probably get rid of the V8s because now I want 20 more years of track driving.
Yeah.
So timeline is different.
Yeah, that's a tough one when you get three things that you like and then you got to choose.
It's like saying which kid you love the most of your three. It depends on the day.
Does it really, though?
No. That's what I tell them. Who's pissing me off right now? Right now it's Timothy.
Yeah, this is good.
It was fun.
That was fun. That was. It's good to go through some mental exercises to kind of get your brain cells awake to think about it. So
now my head hurts.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.